Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contracts, service is month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Landon Eckles on the line. He's co-founder over at Clean Juice. Landon, welcome to the show.
Adam, thanks so much for having me, man. I'm super pumped to be on.
Oh, man. So I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk about the rise of the organic food industry, and you're right in the middle of that, smack dab. And I know you're also offering opportunities to others that maybe want to be in the middle of this. I don't know, is it a clean rush? Is it a gold rush? I don't know, but there's a lot going on in the organic food industry. So I'm excited to get into that with you. But before we do, just to kick it off for those that aren't familiar with your company, tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Clean Juice as co-founder and CEO, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So as co-founder and CEO, my wife and I started this business about 5 or 6 years ago with one location, and our goal was to just bring something that's truly healthy to the communities that we serve. And, you know, as we looked around the industry of QSR, quick serve restaurants, we just really couldn't find anything that was out there in terms of the way that we ate. So we wanted to open up our own juice bar. We wanted to open up our own location where people could come and have, you know, an incredible meal that's also really good for them in terms of using clean ingredients and certified organic foods. So we set out on this mission. We opened our first store, like I said, in 2015. And sitting here today, we've actually got 100 stores open across the country. We're operating in 23 different states. So it's been just really incredible growth. We're one of the fastest growing restaurant brands in the country, if not the fastest, depending on which which rankings you're looking at. But you know, we've got a lot going on. Our growth has really been spurred through franchising. We've got about 80 incredible franchise partners that work with all around the country, so that they can open up their clean juices in their communities and serve these incredible products to our guests. Some of the products that we offer are organic cold pressed juices, smoothies, acai bowls. That's really what we started out with. But more recently, we've launched a lot of different food items, so toasted wraps and salads and toast and things like that to really just appease to a greater audience. So we've definitely been really, really busy. We've got a lot of really great stuff going on in terms of things that we're trying to get into, like airports and college campuses. But we're growing fast, and we're growing fast because consumers want what we have, and that's the certified organic product that's actually healthy for them. And of course, the environment that we do it in, our stores are really beautifully designed and just provide a great, a great experience for our guests overall.
Man, that's awesome. And congrats on getting over the 100-store mark. First off, that is no easy task. And I think, obviously that's a testament to the brand, the product, the team you have. Like, you don't accidentally do that. So first off, congrats on that. And I think it's also a great transition. So let's go into a little bit further into today's topic. And it's not, a lot of people that I've noticed in my career that invest in franchises or go the franchise route. Number one, they want a great system. They want, they want to work with a great team, a great management team. But on the other side of things, like, they want to be in the middle of something that's going to be profitable long term and something that is growing. And this whole green rush, or this whole clean rush, what's going on in the organic food industry. I mean, tell me more and tell me why, you're positioning your business and your life this way, other than, of course, the obvious. You want to provide a good product, right? All business owners want to provide a good product, and I hope they want to benefit the community around those. But other than those, talk some of the dollar stuff. Like, what makes this industry so interesting to you?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's what it is, and it's transparency into food, and it's, providing something that actually is good for our guests. And unfortunately, over the last 40 or 50 years, we've just gotten into this kind of fast food, let's make as much profit as we can on the product that we're selling. And really what we're selling to our kids now is a ton of sugar and things that really shouldn't be in food. And so, I really think that we've unfortunately, gone the wrong way. And what I love about, we're doing is we're providing something that's truly healthy. All of our products are USDA certified organic. There's nothing added into our products besides what they're created with. So we don't add, sugar or cane syrup or anything like that. And we believe that food can taste good without all that stuff. So, the organic industry really over the last 10 years has just boomed. And I love your quote of clean rush. I don't think I've heard that before, but I love it. I'm definitely going to
I made it up for you, Landon. I'm serious. You can have that. That's all yours. But if I were you, I would trademark it if I were you. Go ahead.
No, it's really good. But anyway, about 10 years ago, organic, was really starting to get off the ground. It was about a $5 billion industry here in the U.S. But really over the last 10 years, it's just continued to multiply. And I think last year in 2019, organic hit about a $50 billion industry. So it's becoming pretty substantial. And I think it's because people are just desiring more transparency into what they're eating, right? They don't want a chicken that was raised in 4 weeks with these massive, chicken breasts that they shouldn't have developed that quickly. There's something wrong with that. So I think people are starting to really ask the right questions, and they're really starting to really question the food that they're eating. And, there's been a lot going on in the world these days, and I think that people, even today are more and more focused on eating clean. And if you look at kind of the middle of 2020, kind of where we're at, organic produce specifically is up double digits in terms of percentage sales growth from 2019. So, you're taking a category that's already multi-billion dollar and you're growing that by double digits in a year. That's substantial. And I think it just goes to show that consumers want health. They want wellness. I believe that we're on the tip of the iceberg with this. And, we're the only brand that offers a certified organic franchise for people to open up these types of stores in their community. So, I think it's all about, to kind of wrap this up, it's all about, offering something that's truly healthy. And then once you have that right thing and believing in your mission, trying to spread it as far and as fast as you can. And that's what we're doing.
Man, that's awesome. And I'll tell you, I'm always one of those skeptics on this stuff, because I'm like, how do all these restaurants just pop up that are farm to table? I'm like, wait a minute, like, especially the big ones, like on a Vegas trip or something. Like, I'm like, all right, so where were all those chickens before that were farm to table? And how is the supply chain different? I'm one of those consumers you're talking about. That's like, I don't know, am I just being sold something different, or is this real? And what I like about your product is that it's real. Like, you know it. Like, so you know what you're getting, and by spreading that, like, you know what you're getting. Talk a little bit more about the opportunity specifically for people that are looking for franchises. So after this, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are excited, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening to this. Some are looking at franchises. Some are, have established businesses and are maybe looking to add to their portfolio. Maybe they're already in the fitness niche. That being said, what is the right type of clientele typically that makes it a good fit to work with you and your team?
Great question. I would say first and foremost is that there's kind of a passion and a desire there around what we do. And our mission statement is healthy in body and strong in spirit, right? We want to create these stores that provide this really healthy product to create, a stronger, body for people. But then also we do it in a really uplifting and really loving environment, to be totally frank. And we don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact, our guests love it. We're kind of getting a reputation in the industry of just really great customer service because we really care about our guests. And so that's really the philosophy where it all comes. So we're looking for folks who really, can dig that and really are into that. I tell everyone this, there's 3,500 different franchise store brands out there. So there's a lot of things that people can invest in. We want people to be, like-minded on the mission side first. Of course, the economics and all of that have to make sense. But, for us, it's mission first. And then from there, we definitely we just want folks who, they want to serve their community. They want to do something that's empowering their community. And, we want folks who are willing to work with our team, right? So the franchisor-franchisee relationship is really cool in that the franchisor is really responsible for creating, new branding things and new menu items and really building out the team, right? We've got 30 folks here that work at the home office to support our franchisees through marketing and operations and development of their store and all that kind of cool stuff. But the franchisee plays a huge part of it too, right? They're the ones who are going to be operating their stores in their community, and they're the ones who are really going to be loving on their guests and following through on all the different brand standards. So, there's tons of folks out there who really love that model, and we love to partner with people who really view it as a partnership based on all the things that I discussed. So those are the folks that we're looking for, and, believe it or not, this year has been one of the best years for us in terms of franchise development, and I think it's because, some folks have been laid off this year, some tragic things have happened on that front, but it's given people a perspective of, hey, let me take a step back here. Let me look at my career and, maybe I was doing well financially at my last job, but maybe I didn't love it. Maybe I didn't have that passion. What can I do now? And I think a lot of people, they have that entrepreneurial spirit, but they don't quite know what to do. And I think that's where franchising is so cool because you do get to open your own business. It is your LLC. It is a business that you own, but I get to help you and support you all the way through from, when we first have a conversation till, 10 years open. So it's a really cool model. And so those are the types of folks that we're looking for.
Man, that's awesome. So, Landon, if somebody's listening to this now and they want more information about working with you and your team or following you on this journey, whether it's on social media, otherwise, whatever you have out there, what's the best way for people to connect with the brand?
Absolutely. So on the consumer side, if you want to check us out on Instagram, it's just literally at Clean Juice. I think we've got, 170,000 followers on there so far. If you want to go to the web, it's really easy. Again, just cleanjuice.com. If you do want to learn more about the franchising, please head over to cleanjuicefranchising.com. We actually just redid that website. It's beautifully done. It tells you all about our process, our territories that we have open, all the support that we offer, and really, more in depth around, what we do and why we do it. And then lastly, if you want to connect with me, head over to LinkedIn. I'm really active on there. Just, Landon Eckles. You'll find me pretty quickly, or there aren't a whole lot of Landon Eckles out there. So, send me a request and we'll connect on there for sure.
Fantastic. Well, Landon, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great stuff that you're doing over at Clean Juice. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Landon, thanks again for coming on the show.
It was my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.